truth. You know what I'm saying? What up, Black? You in your zone?
I'm chilling. What's up?
Rasta.
Did you start yet?
No,
we just chilling.
He went in the coffee and the blunt mode because here's the ticker.
Yeah, but we'll keep it. We just gonna keep it.
All right, so come on, let's go. Let's introduce the show.
Here we just starting off to be so deep in now.
Still, you get on there. Yeah, yo, I can't even do it now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Coffee and the Blunt. I'm your host, A. Clay from around the way, and we're gonna start off to my right, MC MoeBlak.
Right, it's me. What's up? MC MoeBlak.
Chilling. Then we got
Neekcinco.
And it's been a few weeks. It's be great. I'm back at it with y'all. We back at it.
And we also back with one of the original cast members, Tay.
Hey.
We gotta wake up, y'all.
We here.
Basically, your boy Tay.
Yeah, you stupid.
It's Tay.
But just project a little more. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
gotta get up on it. But we ain't gonna even check the temperature yet. Everybody was feeling good. Everybody had a good 2 weeks off. We back recuperating. But we was on the topic of Ye.
Henny in my system.
It was like
Don't
a
tell him
whole
if
month,
I'm
A whole month?
Nah. I'm saying I'm a pimp my
You did?
It was like 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Yeah, I mean, it's the holidays, so I understand, you know what I'm saying? But let's go back to that Ye and Drink Champs, man. That was a hot topic, man. That was a hot issue. I thought it was entertaining.
I didn't see it. I saw clips, and I always like Kanye for what it's worth. Like, I don't really give a damn about a lot of these industry cats, really. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that that I don't know, but when I say I like a person, it's in regards to their character, their charisma, and you know what they got to offer. Other than that, man, like I don't dislike Ye at all, never did, and I dislike a lot of his shit. But I felt like from what I saw or heard, the interview was definitely genuine. I like when he's in that mode, when he's speaking like that. You know what I mean?
So I would definitely like to give Nori his props on the interview because Nori handled the interview very well. Like, you don't see a lot of people who just go in there and let Kanye kind of be Kanye, and they don't really make like, even though he was making faces or being confused by stuff, he just let Kanye do his thing. He didn't try to intervene or steer it a certain way. He just let it flow. Like, even like for small things that are just conversational, like advices for people in their regular life. Kanye was going through things where he was like confused about what Nori was saying, and he was able to ask, like, elaborate or simplify that. And I noticed with a lot of regular conversations in your everyday life, when you say things, like, we like to try to, like, you know, sound smart, educated, and stuff like that. But when people ask us to break it down or elaborate or simplify it, we almost look at it like they questioning us or they playing a joke, like either trying to be funny or you really
trying to come at you.
Really stupid. Yeah. So it was nice to see somebody like Nori let Kanye ask questions and do things like that, and not really give him that kind of reaction like some other big name would do because they feel like they got to question Kanye because he's supposed to be crazy.
Hey, you know,
she saw somebody not approach him like he was a nutcase.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? What I took from the interview is how much me and Ye are alike in a lot of ways. And I think he a narcissist. I'm always going to say that. But
he's a narcissist.
Yeah, no. I think creative-wise, I think you got to be like that. And this is why I don't know, like you said, you don't like him or nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's just that creative nature, like he displayed on the show, like he was saying about Just Blaze, how he really were other creators, you know what I'm saying? And but the way Jay broke it down was like, yo, we had an assignment to do. So like we had to sample soul beats. Everybody had to sample soul beats. It wasn't one person getting credit for just the album. Ye made it seem like he created that whole masterpiece, the blueprint. Yeah. And Ye, hold on. And the way Hov explained it was dope, but that's where, but I see where Ye is coming from, and this is what I'm trying to say as far as creators. I can't be around another creator like that because I'm gonna pull something from them, and they're gonna pull something from me. And it's not so it's biting or something, it's just the human nature, and that's how the mind works. But the way Ye felt it was like, yo, this nigga was biting. Like, he bit my shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I was saying Ye was getting egotistical with his stuff. But as far as Ye, I think he showed a lot of brilliance, especially when he revealed, like, yo, I don't read that well, I don't do math. But he was like, that wasn't our nature as black people. We always had the nature of the drum, the beat, the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? He was like, all this stuff we speaking was made by a poet. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So he was like, don't.
Facts.
Yeah. So and this is what I'm trying to say. He was kicking some shit, and I'm not going to sit here and say he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But I still think he got that kiss my ass, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm the man attitude.
One of his things that he deals with in addiction, like an addiction of his, is the need for attention. So he's admitted to that. But one of the points that you made, I kind of look at it like this. Kanye says the things that people think in their head but don't say out loud.
Okay.
And he just says it. Like, people have these kind of thoughts that Kanye has, and they just keep it to themselves. Kanye just says them out loud.
That ties back, and see, like, you know, I always go back to astrology and the zodiac. That goes with when it comes to the conversation he and Nori had, because, you know, and it reminds me a lot of how I converse with a Gemini. See, Kanye being a Gemini, Nori being a Virgo. You know what I'm saying? They both rule by the same planet. So it's like, yo, instead of conflicting a lot of the time, when I come to knowing a Gemini minds can be like that, have a tone where they're going to say what the hell is on their mind.
So you have a niece and a sister. That's
and not only that, because you got to look at the aspect of female and male. Now, I'm coming from a male conversing with another male versus a female, because, you know, both of my relationships with Gemini too. So, but that's different. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to, you know, basically just have dialogue with a lot of different people. However, you know, like for instance, when I had like male friends that were Gemini and whatnot, and I know that like my boy Rel, coming up, when we would come back with each other until, you know, later on in life, I would know how to fall back with certain things. Like Nori, like I would say Nori probably didn't let Kanye be Kanye right there and then, without kind of provoking anything else and bringing things like to
he
a
wasn't
higher level.
Yeah, he wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? Because Kanye would have definitely did that. He would have probably like, yo, listen.
He brought him to the edge.
That's why I said I liked how Nori handled it.
Yeah,
he didn't try to provoke anything like most people would, because they want to look at him like, oh, look at Kanye being crazy again. Like, he was just somebody that was really like, I know Kanye, I talk to Kanye, like, I'm just asking you questions off of like me and you being cool, and I'm asking you questions. Like, and if he didn't get some, he'd be like, yo, you know what? That, you know, that don't really make sense to me, but carry on, I might get it. Or something like that.
Yeah.
So he was like just real understanding of this is an intricate mind. This is somebody who's thinking probably on, not, when you say somebody's thinking on a different level, it doesn't even necessarily mean they're smarter than you.
Exactly.
It just means they're thinking on a different train of thought. Like, like that's it.
Like somewhere
they think about different things.
And
he kind of like let that rock.
Exactly.
I think Ye on a creative level right now is probably the best. I'll give on a creative level. Like, I don't really feel music like that, but creative, cause he like he said it himself on the interview. He spreads himself a lot. He goes to different lanes, and he mastered that designing lane.
One of the most impactful things he said was one of them. He said, you know, the Drakes, the Jays, they have to consider me up there. And then I'm also in that same realm with like the Virgil Ablohs and stuff.
And he is.
He's like, dog, I've mastered like two crafts. I'm not just a rapper, because he had that whole spiel about being a rapper and stuff like that. So
and you know, the thing in the past with the crazy stuff that was happening with that song when he did the skippy doop bop and whatever.
That shit was funny.
Whatever was going on with that just incentivizes it gets back to how he spreads himself, and he's trying different things, and a lot of things don't work and a lot of things do work, but however, he is definitely that creator. You know what I'm saying? He's a genius in a lot of rights when it comes to music and producing mainly, and what to basically orchestrate, like, you know what I'm saying, like putting something like
a director, like
an alchemist or something like that. You know what I'm saying? A magician in a goddamn studio or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I give him that much.
Yeah,
for anybody who hasn't seen it, they should look into his rapper rant, like being called a rapper. You should look into his rant on that. I don't really want to go too deep on that here, because it's more genuine.
It was a dope interview, and I like because it's going to segue, but the thing where he was talking about his mom's and how he the point he was talking about Kim's manager.
Oh yeah, how he hates her.
Yeah. But you see how his mom's came out of him, and he was like, nigga, this is my house.
Nice.
Like, yeah, I'm being nice. And that Chicago came out of him, and I was like, yeah, let you know what I'm saying, let that Donda show. That's the Kanye I know, the mama's boy, the one that loved his mom, the one that wasn't scared to cry in front of the camera, in front of his moms and stuff like that. I feel that's where he lost himself when mom's passed. Hey, man. And I think he lost himself. But like he said, Ye is back. He think doing Donda, he said he felt like Ye. He was cocky with it. I like his cockiness.
Well, it's not. Yeah, I mean, hey, just call it confidence, man. A lot of sense. Yeah. It could be cocky, but then again, why can't it just be confidence? Because a lot of people like to see you in this vulnerable state, and you don't have to show that all the time. You can show that you got your willpower back, you got your strength, and all that. See, a lot of people are losing it. Everybody wants to be watered down, and show your sensitive side, man. Fuck all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Show where you got strength, man. That's what we lose in this society. That's what's been being reduced in society, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, man. I mean, so many people are crying Will Smith. That's another thing we can segue right into Will Smith too. Yeah. Because with him crying all the time or whatever, I'm looking at him. He looking like an old man in one of these interviews and all. I'm like, what the fuck?
He looking stressed out.
He's keeping that weird ass.
For that movie, it
looked like Aladdin.
It wasn't Aladdin. He playing
some old nigga.
No, he's playing Serena Venus.
Oh, that's who he is. Yeah. I'm like some old nigga.
He look good too. He better get an Oscar for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch. I look good.
I feel like Adrian just started to catch Will Smith.
Yeah,
though. Trying to see it in here.
No, and that stress.
Jada
started to catch Will Smith.
Yeah, in age.
Well, did you see where he said that he was thinking about taking his life?
You talking about the Oprah interview?
I'm interested in reading
I wanted to see that too.
I was watching the Oprah interview the other day.
Why did he want to take his life?
He had a whole thing going on where he's like, most of his career was trying to cover up for the fact that he couldn't protect his mother in a time where she was being abused, and he's seen it. So him and Oprah were like mainly covering that, and then starting to go through the book and how these were a bunch of moments where it was like him using fame to cover up the fact that he was just some scared little boy who just couldn't protect his mom in a time of need when he was only like 6 or 7 years old, and he carried that the whole time.
So that wasn't a recent thought for suicide? Because the way I read it
probably was a more recent thought, because I really didn't get to that part, because I got like an hour and like some change in, and I didn't get to finish it. But so it sounds like more of just something like a lot is weighing on him in this time in age.
I just feel like
a memoir.
I feel like there's more to it.
Yeah, like you said,
it is a lot more. He got Jada going on, all this stuff.
That red talk.
A lot is weighing on him. He talks about a lot in the Oprah interview. He lets loose.
You know what I mean? Like, it depends. I don't know what's going on in people's mind. You never know, right?
I think it's
However,
deeper.
I think, and I could be completely wrong, a lot of the time with these celebrities, especially with this COVID, and when it comes, and even with the Joe Budden, like how to wait, a lot of stuff is going. It seems like it's kind of like publicity stunts, man, in some sense. Like, it could be something to it, but for them to announce it that way, and then until he elaborates and breaks it down and we hear it, we'll know exactly where that's coming from. But the way it be put out, Will Smith contemplated suicide once. Why it can't just come out when that shit come out? Because it's almost like they endorse, they're promoting this shit. Yeah, of course, obviously. So it's not really probably even that serious for us to be like,
But we're gonna talk about it because
of course we're gonna talk about it. However, I truly don't think that man wanted to kill himself. Now that's where I'm coming from, basically.
I can't see him wanting to kill himself, especially the life he got. You talking about that movie? Did you see the other movie he got?
Yeah,
he traveling the world.
I just feel like when it comes to actors, it is hard to tell because they're actors. They know how to turn on the switch when they need to and stuff like that to sell what they need to sell. But I don't know. Will's going through a kind of a decent amount right now with his home life situation. Every 2 weeks,
like
something new.
These guys,
think about if you guys. How would you guys feel if you guys were in the public eye and over your situation?
Kids too, you know what I'm saying? They're grown now, so it's not. you can't protect them so much.
And
like
the fact,
you know, I'm pretty sure it's
He
like they
should
were.
not want to kill himself at
But-
all. I know he can afford.
But look what happened
help.
to Ye. And like you said, celebrity. All these stuff is broadcast in the open. A lot of these people
And this
just
the
want to live.
that's the Hollywood world. That's a completely different world than
Right,
ours.
right. He got some demons maybe that
Right.
we don't know about. Who knows?
It goes
You know
to
what I'm
something
saying?
that Mo posted the other day on how people have these goals of relationships. And
I don't know what you think over there. You mad?
Will Smith is one of those goals that people had until all this started pouring out, and that's normally what happens when you peg these people with goals is they're toxic.
And I think, you know what? You're right. And you know what another thing is too? God gave him what he wanted. He really wanted Jada back in the day when I was growing up. Like, he would go on talk shows talking about her and obsessing. But look what happened. God gave you what you wanted. And
Now wait, there was a comment I had seen, and I was like, okay, that is a good perspective. And the girl was like, everybody's coming so hard at Jada, but we're all on the outside looking in. We don't know what he probably put her through at a certain point, probably in the beginning of the relationship. So she probably at a point where it's her turn, or she, you know, they got, and mind you, over the years, it done already came out that they had open marriage anyway. They was going to swingers clubs and stuff like that. I was reading in the magazines and everything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So,
females
right, so you don't know what he put her through.
Oh no,
And-
I blame it on him because he never let the past go. He never let Tupac go. So for him never letting that jealousy go and being angry at that man because he knew his wife adored that man, made him probably make some bad choices. I really believe. Because jealousy would do that to you.
You know what I'm saying? He threw it all in the face, probably more than, you know.
Yeah, for no reason.
More likely.
Typical men.
I do kind of think that's weird, though, to have a jealousy over someone that's deceased. I think that's weird.
But well, what if your spouse had like this ongoing, lingering love for them, and you kind of have to be, and you like stay around for that, you're gonna kind of feel away.
And you gotta keep hearing this nigga name because probably every goddamn way.
Yeah.
So
I can get that point. And like I've heard a decent amount of Will Smith rumors since like this has happened, since this has started coming up, and it's just crazy to think.
Opens this door.
They do things. They do the same things that your regular old dirty relationships do. They just rich, so there be messier shit going on. Like the same shit the niggas around the corner is dealing with, is the same shit they dealing with. They just rich.
That shit is
really
crazy.
all it is. So now money's involved.
And now that Red Talk, I'm thinking that chick starting that Red Talk really fucked a lot of shit up too, cause she just be airing out everybody.
I do think that they did put a lot of their business on Front Street.
For no reason.
Yeah, I think it's a.
Niggas ain't asking no.
I mean, I understand I respect people that's transparent. I love people that's transparent with it, especially celebrities, you know, that I love and look up to. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just to a certain extent. I mean, come on.
Transparent and open books are two different things.
Yeah, I just think they're doing a great job at keeping themselves relevant. They're getting older.
But Will was doing that without the messiness.
I don't know, whatever sells, I guess.
And that's the problem. He keeping her relevant.
Keeps her relevant.
But why? You know, why would you sacrifice?
Because Will loves
he's not sacrificing it.
I think so.
And you know, Will likes. If I'm gonna raise up with this book, she can raise up doing however she needs to raise up along with it.
It's a tandem, yeah.
So, but my thing is this: if we're a team and I help you
Porn
build,
drop tomorrow with Jada in it, and Will gonna keep on rocking.
I know, but I'm just saying, if we're a team,
Tupac and Jada, porn mixtape,
and I give
recent
you,
just yesterday.
I give you a platform, and you air us out. To me, I don't think. I mean, we a team, but damn, I didn't give you that platform for you to air out our shit. You know what I'm saying? That whole Augustine
I wouldn't
shit
say
with
he gave her that
Messi,
platform.
he helped her build that.
No, I don't know how much you could say that he helped her build
just
that.
her name alone, maybe.
Jada's big enough to do that.
She
like
she is, but then without
she is not Will Smith.
It's a Facebook talk show.
she's Jada big.
Jada always had but you gotta remember she had a name before.
Jada is
A
still
name.
Jada.
I'm talking about money.
I know I dislike her, and whenever I see her on the movie screen, anytime she hits the screen, I'm like,
She is making. No, she do not. She was making fucking low down, dirty shame money. That was like Whatever.
She didn't make that much.
Matrix.
She didn't
There's
make
no
that
Matrix.
much.
I'm just saying.
Her career wasn't
Wasn't
that great.
like, yeah, it wasn't.
It's Will
You're
Smith.
trying to blast it up
and
like
They
she's
boosted
equal.
each other.
And it goes back to
You think so?
It
Her name,
It goes back to like
don't
brand.
It
I
do.
mean,
Maybe
art.
because I love her so
Her
much.
name holds weight, but you cannot put her resume next to
No,
Will's.
definitely. However,
can't put her resume
what it
next
goes
to
back
Will's.
to, in a sense, is the whole Hollywood ritual humiliation thing in a way. Because if he's, you know what I'm saying, like in a sense, because like, look, if you look at it, if he did give her a platform, she's airing out their business, and however, and somebody else even mentioned what we're talking about right now about. That's where it stopped, that low down dirty shame for her. Because she wasn't shit for a while.
That was a side role in the Matrix.
And the whole August Alsina thing,
she
I'm
wasn't
over it. It was a good joke.
Nothing.
Y'all keep
She
talking.
wasn't-
Set It
she
Off
really
was
wasn't.
her signature movie.
Right,
I feel like
but that was
Yeah. That's one of them.
That was
That's one of
that
them.
was
I
a
can't stand
that was a
But she
tight
got,
cash.
but I'm saying she's
that was
got
a
more
tight-
she's known
Alright,
for.
that was a
Got
tight
more
cash
she's known
role
for.
Okay.
that was real similar to her role in Jason's Lyric. And
I
it was
take
real-
one
it
back.
was-
I take
you know
one
what I'm
back.
saying?
I hate
So-
watching that movie, but that's
so-
a good movie.
you
Though,
know what I'm
man. I
saying?
hate watching that movie.
However, my whole point is this: and why would he sacrifice? You ask, like, why would he sacrifice
they're a
that?
team.
Because he already sacrificed enough, probably in Hollywood anyway, so it don't even matter. Because when he had to do the roles and whatever else he had to do behind closed doors, if so, because there's a lot of speculation and rumors behind that. Now, when he had the so-called Kiss the Man in that movie, the white man in whatever movie that was.
So you going deep with that. but
Right,
I was
that's what I'm
talking about
saying.
that.
So it wouldn't matter. My whole point is, it wouldn't matter
Yeah.
that he's putting
Sacrifice
himself
for-
on the spot with Jada to keep her, because it keeps them both relevant at their age. They got a family involved. There's a whole lot of weird shit going on from in the past.
I want to get
anyway.
back to this resume.
And
thing.
Barry
You know what I'm
kind of
saying?
saying that we don't know how far they'll go, like to keep themselves relevant.
Right, in a sense, basically.
And what I'm saying is, he didn't have to do all that.
Right.
She did.
But you don't know how
Okay.
far they're willing to
You
go.
no, I don't. But I know how far she's willing to go.
Yeah, as you see, I know as
Well,
you
right,
see,
right,
they
no,
depend
so
on how
really-
far.
really don't.
See that, yeah.
She's
don't.
out
You
here
really
telling
don't
people
know,
that her
but-
sex life with Will Smith is boring. Like, damn.
Like, how much
like,
further can
her and
There was one thing that I used to say that is like I knew I would be crushed if it happened, is that like one of my girls left me for a girl.
I mean, well,
Now
I
that she
read
just did that to
today
him, that'd be number two.
I
If
read
like
today
super
that she was
publicly,
addicted to
my
porn
girl
and
went out there and
she
said,
exposed Willow
your
to
sex
porn
life is
early.
boring. Like,
I don't know.
never mind saying it on Facebook or saying it on the blog, but
No,
like,
Willow, I mean, I read today. I know it could be fake
See?
shit. I read on Facebook. I don't know, but it said she's addicted. She admitted to be addicted to porn, and Willow was exposed early to porn or something like that. I don't know. But my thing is, nobody's asking for these information. On
She's doing too much.
Nobody is.
She's a
Nobody's
burger
asking
too.
for these
And she be
information on
killing me,
Smiths.
man.
Like nobody's asking for that.
oh yeah. But I want to get back.
I was
Yeah.
like, why are you acting like that?
Set It Off wasn't her last. She made
That
a
was
little.
far from her last
Yeah,
film.
that
I
camera.
thought I
made a
didn't say
few.
last. I said what's
She
like
was
her
in a- she was
signature
in a show.
That comic,
you said
that comedian
Yes, I
movie.
did.
I didn't think you said
She was
that
in
way.
Woo.
You
Not Woo, the one with all the that new Tiffany Haddish. They went on that vacation.
Oh, Girls Trip.
Girls Trip.
Yeah,
I never
But then
seen
she
that. I
wasn't
don't
she
like Tiffany
Hawthorne
Haddish.
in
No.
that? One of her
no,
shows.
but yeah, that was. Yeah, I was
show.
getting ready to say she do
So
got a
she
production.
She got
team.
stuff from
Yeah,
there.
she got a
Girls-
production.
But that's what
That was
with
her.
I'm not a
Will
big
though.
Tiffany
No,
Haddish
Girls Trip
fan.
was no. I know, but
But that
Girls
was-
Trip was her production.
Right, but
That
I'm
was
saying
Jada's.
the whole production and everything was
Her and Will,
Will.
yes.
so
still was
it
Will,
still
okay.
carried the name.
But she
Jada
wrote it.
Pinkett
Yeah,
Smith.
you're right.
That name when it's
Yes.
introduced. You know what I'm saying?
You could just say Jada Pinkett and you know who it is.
Well, that's
you could
true.
say
Yes,
Jada.
'cause she
How
made
many
a-
Jadas is there?
But she made a mark in
when
hip hop,
you-
like you
so she
said. You
did.
grew up on
She
different
did,
worlds.
and I'm not discrediting her for anything.
Nothing,
but,
yeah.
but in most cases, when you look at Hollywood, whatever, she was, like we said, Low Down, we said, Jason Larry Set It Off. Those were typical hood, more related
popping movies. Yep. That's what I
Even
was
the
saying.
Girls Trip was very Hollywood. Hawthorne was very Hollywood. That's TBS, whatever. TNT,
Yeah, oh no, that
whatever.
was Lifetime.
Right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's with Will Smith.
Yeah.
But and you look at that lineage, all those types of movies versus what she was doing before him versus what she was doing while with him.
I like where this is going.
What's going into the whole Hollywood Lifetime aspect with him, because she wasn't doing that before him.
I got another question.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's stay on this right here. Do you think? I hope people don't get offended. It's this question,
Let it
y'all.
rock.
But
Let it rip.
who you think is carrying each other with Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats?
Who's carrying that?
Like name wise.
Well, I would
because
think
both
Swiss
of them
Beats-
really
I
have
feel
it.
like Swiss
I would
Beats
say
is more
Swiss
active.
is way more in the
He's
spotlight.
way more active.
I've seen.
Active.
I don't know what I seen Alicia Keys.
But that's
recently,
not to
like,
say
in
Alicia
something.
couldn't.
She got her
carry.
new album dropping.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
seen
saying. Not to
something
say
she
Alicia
was
couldn't
doing
carry,
with some
but
lady.
she doesn't need to carry
It's a
because Swiss
picture
Beats is
or
going to be
something
so
like
active all the time.
I'm not really.
Yeah, I don't really
be
look
too
for
big
her.
in her albums. Yeah, it'd be like
Yeah.
one or two hits for me.
Okay.
I
If
feel
that.
I feel like her, the first 2 or 3 albums was really good, and
Right.
then after that, I kind of stopped really giving two
I know
craps
this
about
nigga talking
Alicia.
about a bunch of versions.
I like the first one.
Swiss is another one.
All right,
But I
so-
love Alicia the first
I don't,
person.
like, I don't know what
Even
was
if
the
you're home
disconnect
record.
for you though. Like I don't.
I felt like it just
I'm out
started
the same
becoming the
mind.
same.
Call it.
I feel like it just became the same.
I think she got bland. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
it
got too
became the
bland.
same all the
Yeah.
time.
Blah.
Yeah.
Like, she still makes-
just
It's
don't
still
hit.
She's-
good. It's
Yeah.
just
She can
we've
sing,
heard
she
you
has
before.
talent, but yeah, her
She
sound,
stuck with
I
the
guess,
same
is-
remedy.
Yeah, but
she
I don't
kept
feel
on
like she
trying to
needed
repeat
And
change
it
the
was
same.
less piano for me. Like that's
Yeah,
what
she stopped.
made me
Yeah.
fall in love with
Love
her.
her. Yeah, she was.
That's
she was
when I
natural.
first seen her. Yes, on the piano.
Yeah,
like,
I'm getting it in.
and then it was just like
multi-talent type
here
shit.
and there she was doing it
Yeah.
as time went on.
I think she got lazy because of Swiss and all that.
I don't think. Well, I mean, yeah, a little bit of laziness, but I feel like that's just artists as they grow. You know, once they start making a certain amount and they can branch out and do other things, the focus becomes less on music and it can be spread out to other things that they're doing.
Yeah.
But Swiss
I
is
agree.
definitely
Every artist you like does that when they get big. When they get
Yeah.
big, it gets less.
I
Like look at
agree.
Lil Wayne. He like had that whole time where he like stopped being that guy.
Yeah.
And it was like, but you still knew he could rap. And then for
Right.
like 8 years, he was just some guy who was just rapping and making songs that was like, man.
Look at Rick
And
Ross
then he
right
kind of
now.
came back recently.
Yeah.
He kind of came. Lil Wayne kind of
Rick
relevant.
Ross
recently.
is right.
I just want to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
his
he's
appearance
relevant. He's
together.
more
Like
relevant.
I'ma always love Lil
Oh, Rick-
Wayne. His
oh, Lil Wayne.
personality, who he, you know what I'm saying?
How he don't give a
He
fuck.
seemed like right. He seemed like a cool dude, but I want him to just get how he looked
Lil
together
Wayne,
and
Lil Wayne
care
look
about
like
how
he's
he
straight
carried
from the
himself.
bike.
But he's on. I know what he at
Yeah,
in life
nigga
right
look
now.
like he be in the small.
He had with my
little
player.
Live
like-
dread taking off.
Yeah, I know he had. Like he just dressed for comfortability.
Yo.
He
I'm
had
not
his
even
talking
talking about how he dressed. Sure.
But the way he
That's
looked,
fine.
One of his
I'm talking
dreads
about
is
his
holding
hair.
on by a string.
Yeah, right.
But he,
Hair.
you
Yo,
don't
that nigga
care.
look like
He a
a
hippie.
warlock.
One of
He's
his
a
dreads
hippie.
was holding
I
on by
get
a
it,
string.
but
He doing
come on, you walking around with like
He just
I mean, his hair
Like,
be looking
what's
better
going on?
nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah,
When he
but
first came back, that shit was crazy.
yeah, he didn't care.
Like
He got
spider
money.
legs
That's
or
all
some
I'm
shit.
saying. So what?
When you get money, like I said, I'm there at that age. I don't care. I'll grow this little fro.
You don't
and
even
just
got
leave it.
hair. Stop it.
That's what I'm saying. I'll grow my little fro and grow my little bush and just
Oh
go about
my
my business.
God.
No.
Like, I don't
It
care.
is not the same, sir.
It's the
But these
same.
kids will be talking hella shit. Like, come on.
They
Dad.
do.
Your hair
I've been
will
mad
not-
times
yo.
I let my hair don't
Your
grow.
hair look like Lil Wayne's head?
No.
I'm about to say exactly what
Your
Lil Wayne.
whole face.
She said the whole family we
Your
talking.
hair is
I'm
real
done.
like
I'm done. I'm not comparing my head to Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne head.
That's all
The
I'm
whole
saying. I
character,
love
Lil
him,
Wayne
but
head.
get your head together.
Yo,
Really
get
tried
your
to
dreads
save him.
right.
He really tried to save this dude.
I like Wayne, man.
I like Wayne.
Look, I don't, like I
We
said,
love
I
Wayne,
don't
but
give a
exactly.
damn about none
Oh,
of these
yeah,
niggas like
nigga.
that. I fuck with Wayne heavy, always has. But he do be looking
That's
crazy.
it.
That's it. That's all I'm saying.
They see don't got the flame, the joy. What's my nigga name? Floyd, the Floyd father.
That shit was looking like
Floyd father.
Groot.
Yeah,
from
Floyd father. You
Guardians
saw
of the
his dress?
Galaxy.
I think you talking about Julio and shit.
Like,
Floyd
Floyd,
Bark.
Floyd dad, his dreads was looking crazy at one point. I was like, whoa.
Hey yo, so Canelo's fighting tonight. He about to knock homeboy the fuck out probably.
What's
Who he
the number
fighting?
class?
I don't know what his class is.
Who he fighting? You don't know?
Watching him fight. Some dude named Caleb Plant. About to get beat up.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Had to squeeze that in.
Ain't the other white boy that be fighting that do the YouTube? Ain't he fighting somebody? Like,
Jake Paul again? Yeah, he's supposed to be fighting again too. I forget who, but
he fighting like a rapper or something, maybe.
And Darren Williams is gonna fight as one of the undercards against like
These
Frank Gore.
stars need to
like
stop
that.
this.
I hope Frank Gore killed Darren
somebody gonna
Williams
wind up
because I
getting
never
hurt
really
and
liked
killing
Darren
themselves.
Williams.
Yeah, I don't know how boxing came. I don't know how boxing just came to this.
This
It's
is
the new
crazy.
wrestling.
This is
Yeah,
bugged out.
they keep trying to find different ways, and entertainment has fallen so much since the pandemic, man. They doing everything and anything because a lot of celebrities are out of work, man. Like I seen a headline that Richard Gere had a 9 to 5, and I'm like, dang. I don't know how true it was, and it was like
Richard Gere?
the guy. He was one of them 70s, late 70s, early 80s going. But he was
Richard Gere.
He was late 70s, early 80s.
He was in a movie. He was in a movie, Unfaithful, a lot of different movies, man. He played in this movie with Edward Norton that I really like. And somebody else brought it up recently too, where he was a lawyer and Edward Norton was just like this schizophrenic type guy where he had two different personalities. I watched it in school. We had to do a freaking essay on it.
How much
it's really good.
Can you get off of movies from the 70s and 80s nobody's watching?
But no, this is from the 90s. He started in it. But like he was all the way up into the 2000s, Richard Gere. You've seen him before. You just probably don't know him by name and all that. But either way, my whole point was like, you know what I'm saying? They doing so much right now, and they've been doing so much in this whole year. And before the year started, of course, because you seen what they was doing with that's what you get, man.
Well,
You seen him before.
Oh, he need to be in retirement home.
Stupid. Nah, this nigga Michael Douglas' father used to need to be in a retired. Kirk Douglas. This nigga still acting like 90s.
there's a lot of niggas, old niggas still out. Talking about acting, anybody saw that Black Cowboy movie on Netflix? Anybody?
What's it called?
Oh, on the Harder They Fall.
Yeah.
Idris Elba? Nah.
Who was it supposed to be about?
I didn't watch it.
Benz Reeves?
No, it's funny. It's about
the question I got.
Netflix?
yeah.
I got a question that leads up after this.
What's funny, it's not about just one, but they took a bunch of real live cowboys back in the days, black cowboys, and they
No, Cowboys originally black though, right?
All
that's
cowboys
not.
are originally black.
Huh?
All cowboys are originally black.
Well, I know it was black cowboys,
Stories they
but
based-
anyway,
the stories they based the other like cowboys on, like they were like originally black. Man.
Right.
like I said,
But that's where the style came from.
Yeah.
what?
Like that wasn't a white man style. That wasn't a Mexican style. The hats and all that.
That was us.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like
I'm trying to teach you some history.
I'm just saying, we invented a lot of shit, and we getting
It's
short
not-
end of the stick
That
nowadays.
doesn't surprise you, basically.
Yeah, like we invented a lot of shit.
It's a lot of things that have been taken and misconstrued because like it come out looking like, oh, you acting like a white, oh, you want to be a cow. But no, dumb niggas came here and got it from the people that was already here. That's basically it.
So where we
You know
get
what I'm
it
saying?
from?
We invented it. It just developed.
That's that Yeezy syndrome.
You said the people that was already here, like the Indians, you mean?
It was not Indians. They were brown people.
They were native people. They were
They
natives.
weren't.
Well, I mean,
He's saying they black.
Exactly.
They were natives. They were natives of this land.
They were so-called Incans. They were so-called Mayans. They were so-called Aztecs, but they were all considered Mesoamericans, right?
I know we went down this before.
So the Indians that they make things seem like is the Mongoloid Indians that crossed the Bering Strait, that came into contact with with our ancestors, the one that look like us, not those Mongoloid Indians, Asiatic people. They were people with afros like us, not long stringy hair.
I know. I know. We've been down here.
This is what I'm saying. So people get it misconstrued because it's like they think that they invented. No, they took on those Mongoloid Indians and Asiatic people, Asians that crossed the Bering Strait. They took on the people that were already here. They took on their culture. You know what I'm saying?
I was just saying.
So
Like, I know the
culture,
movie was just based
at one
on
point, with
real
the hats
cowboys.
and all that, and so-called and I was just hearing something about Bass Reeves. I've been learned about him. That how they tried to change his story because he was a slave that beat up his fucking master. They denied, they didn't want to tell his story, and he became a law enforcement officer. So that's why, and they don't want that's where the Lone Ranger comes from. So ever since then, they made the Lone Ranger white, but the Lone Ranger is Bass Reeves.
Like stories.
You know what I'm saying? They'll do shit like that.
Cowboys, like the old, like especially like TV shows.
So you look at that was based on
like
him.
black men.
What I'm getting ready to say, that Reed dude, I read saw something on him too, his thing, but the movie is based on black cowboys, like certain different black cowboys, but initially half of the stories are elucidated, exaggerated. You know what I'm saying? Because most of these cowboys actually was like elaborated. Was elaborated.
Exaggerated.
Exaggerated, whatever.
I just went with it. I went with it.
It was free.
It was lubricated. What?
You said lubricated. But half of these cowboys survived and was able to write their own memoirs.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to say. So, basically, like one of the dudes in the movie, he actually wrote his own memoir. And
Now, was this an African American man?
yeah, he was a black dude.
Okay.
He broke off his slave thing, but they exaggerated his story. It wasn't like he killed so many people.
Well, you know, it's a movie.
Even the story itself, like as it went on in time. You know what I'm saying? When you find out he died, he was a train conductor.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? He was a train conductor, and he actually died like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and the reason why he some of them, like, I don't know if it's his story, but one accidentally killed his slave, killed his master. It wasn't on purpose. But in the story, it made it seem like he was brave, like he broke out and killed him. You know what I'm saying? It was by mistake, but he still ran off and had a good life. You know what I'm saying? After he killed him, you know what I'm saying? He wound up being free.
Sounds like Bass Reeves.
Because Bass Reeves was a killer. Because at the end of his story,
Bass Reeves supposedly became a law enforcement officer.
Oh well, it's one dude in there that
after he killed his slave. Man.
Oh yeah, but it was but it's one dude in there.
That sound like another freaking mixed up story now.
Yeah, no, because it's different cowboys with different stories. That's what I'm trying to say. Jay-Z, whoever the director was, took all these stories, all these dudes, and made one story, one fictional story. But it was one dude in there that was really a killer. Like this dude, he was with what's the dude, the white boy?
Jesse James.
Yeah, he was with him.
Jesse James was a killer.
Killer, yeah, but he learned. Yeah, but this dude.
But he was a bad boy. He was messed up though. He was messed up.
But the only reason, because he learned from this black dude, and this black dude was they said it at the end of his thing, he got the death penalty, and one of the news reporters asked him, and he was like, do you want to give something? He was like, nigga, I came here to die, not to give no speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how ruthless this dude was. And I forgot the name they gave him, but he went up against mad people and won, like in gun draws and slings and stuff, and they gave him a nickname. But this dude was ruthless. And
I was Billy the Kid or some shit.
But they was asking like why there's a lot of why there's no movies on him and stuff like that, because this dude was really a black dude, like he was that dude.
That's why they did.
Ryan Coogler ain't making a movie.
They already gave him
He
a
said
white
right.
face.
They didn't want to. A lot of this is how it's explained.
But it's crazy how this shit be coming out of nowhere.
Right, because things are coming to a head now. So like it's kind of like they have to, because we're in an age of information. But what they was doing this whole time, and this is why people didn't realize cowboys or whatever type of cultures, different music and stuff came from the people that were already in, that they said died off. How did everybody die off? Whatever, that makes no sense. Cause look. Let me tell you something. That makes sense. You get to a land that has people there. You know, because these niggas said, Columbus came, 1492. Slavery ain't started till like 100 years later, probably in 1500s. Yeah. Why would you bring people that don't know how to farm the land, don't know how to fucking talk the language? Over here, when there's people already over here, that's how you know most of that is a fucking lie.
Everybody knows
they kidnapped the people that was already here because they knew how to work the land.
Yeah.
So we gonna make it seem like, we took y'all from somewhere else, or we gonna make that his story, So that it'll make it seem like, oh, we just took these niggas over because we're gonna take this man from you and we're gonna make it ours. We're gonna take away from your whole identity, your whole culture and everything. So that, oh damn, we don't own nothing. We're gonna keep pushing y'all out, make y'all black. Cause black means void and nothing. That's what black means. You're void.
No, what you
know what I'm
saying?
saying? So, I'm really just talking to the people.
Yeah.
But so basically, what my whole thing was, they did the same and getting back to on point, back on track with the movie and these stories. Things that come to a head where it's like, all right, now we understand that we're not black people. We a lot of the time, most of the time, we've been here already, and all this other shit, right? So it's like, what they did was water everything down and turn everything so that people wouldn't do what that nigga did, what he did, uprise, and cause that will give that, just like how they sell Lil Nas, they want to make everybody sugary and all that. If they would have gave that nigga a name.
Sugary.
That's some new shit.
Know what I mean?
That's some new shit up here. Sugary, nigga. You mad sugary.
You know what I'm saying?
Sweet and low ass nigga.
Flake, you know what I mean?
Sugary,
fruity
sugary,
pebble.
sugary.
Nah, let me stop. But
I gotta stop.
I'm just playing.
I'm drunk.
But anyway, those are just some of my terms. But I ain't got
Why
nothing.
you blowing me up, nigga? Let it ride, nigga. Get your ass.
People's preference, however, when they push that shit, and that's when I got some slick shit to say because I don't like the way they push.
Stop that sugary.
On the low. When they do shit like that on the low, that's when I get slick at the mouth. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, so like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you tell a story about basketball, you tell about this guy, right? Then other people be like, oh, I want to be like, you know what I mean? I would want to do that. So
Didn't I tell you that?
So they relinquish those stories on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
What I said a couple months.
Because they don't want to give other people that inspiration.
I said that about the Ball brothers. Didn't I say that? Why they don't want to let the last one in? Because if all three of them boys get in there, they know they father manifested
He did
that.
mention that before.
I don't know how good the last one actually is, though. Like,
He's nice.
I know.
I don't know
nice,
if he's NBA
but
nice, but
exactly.
he's nice.
Like
He's nice.
It's like he always has these little moments, but it's like he never really has them once the season starts.
But imagine if all three of them was in there, and that black man, because you know it's Serena and Venus. Mm-hmm. That's why they got a movie. Like how much that inspired them little black girls. That black man, y'all gonna play tennis. You know what I mean? We gonna get on these white courts.
Part him for not performing though.
Huh?
Part him for not performing though.
Oh yeah, definitely on his. But I would just say a lot. I don't think the league or a lot of the men or whatever whoever you want to call it, would want to see that type of movement because they know that will uplift the black community, especially the black man. You know what I mean? It will. It's certain things.
Inspiration.
Yeah, it's certain things they don't want. Yeah, they gotta
society.
keep it down. They do gotta keep it down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I had a question
Yeah.
for when we were talking about when you brought up the movie. Because my boy Breno, he has Gen TV, the podcast. He brought up a question on Facebook the other day of if Idris Elba was on Denzel's level. Which led me to think of the question, because he had like rebutted the question. Where would you rank these five? It was Denzel, Idris Elba, Samuel L. Jackson, Will Smith, and Jamie Foxx.
Well, first of all, Denzel's
Denzel's
first.
number one, and
I
there
think
is
that's an
no
agreeable
comparison.
first.
So I can't believe he
Who?
even asked that.
Who
I think
first?
that's why he rebutted this, because he's like, he put Samuel L.
Nigga,
as the
Morgan
next one.
Freeman old ass is over all of them.
What?
What?
Denzel?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Morgan.
That's some old head thing.
Denzel.
He was young when Lean On Me.
Yeah, man.
When Lean On Me came out, he was
Nah,
young.
Denzel's the number one.
Because he wasn't on the list, that's why I just said his name. But Denzel would definitely be that. It's sad.
He's
that
our
he was an
Halle
Oscar
Berry.
winner,
What's his
whatever.
name? Halle Berry Bond.
Samuel will probably be number two.
Fonte. That's our generation.
Samuel will
Yeah.
definitely be number two for me.
Who was else on that list?
He said
Idris,
Sam
Will,
Jack, Idris
and
Elba.
Jamie.
Yeah, Sammy.
Will be number three.
I think Jamie might be my number 3.
Nah, what? Jamie, my last.
Jamie's gonna be last.
Last to me, I don't like.
You know what it is? I feel like Jamie is
I love Jamie.
I don't
He's
even
an excellent actor.
I don't think.
He's an excellent actor. He just don't get the movies.
Yeah, Jamie.
I think we can put Morgan Freeman in for Jamie.
I feel like Jamie just doesn't get the movies.
You
So
don't
I
think
gotta.
he's in the role?
I might put Will at 3, but it's an argument between 3 and 4.
I put Will
Okay,
at
so
4.
how about
Wherever Will
what
is,
about this?
Jamie's right behind
Do y'all
him.
feel like Jamie is better at playing like himself
Well,
because
then
in
again,
his
'cause
personal
he-
show, the Jamie Foxx show, or versus him playing in like other people in movies?
I like him.
So when I
playing
see him being other people and
I
I see
like
him
him
being
playing
himself,
him.
I mean, wow.
He's pretty good at both.
He's pretty good at
He's
both,
pretty
but
good at
I would
He's good at
take.
Ray
I think I would
Charles.
take. Wow, he did do Ray Charles very good. And
That
I
was
watched that
all
movie
he wanted
1,000
to
times,
me.
and I love that
and like
movie so
and
much.
Will do Ali, so like
Absolutely.
But like Ray Charles was fucking phenomenal.
He
That
did
was
his
crazy.
thing.
But Jamie Foxx did that
Jamie is
special
really
That was
good
not
when you give him a
unbelievable.
movie to be
I
good
like
in.
it.
When you give Jamie the movie to be good in, he's good in the movie. He just don't get those big caliber
He did
movies like Will Smith
He
do.
did Muhammad Ali's manager with Will Smith in that movie.
He did do that. Yeah, he was the manager.
Bundy.
It's like he's the Django. Like that movie was crazy.
Django was fucking wild.
And there
So
was
he
But
had some great
he was
roles.
but he was playing a fictional character.
Nigga,
like
Morgan
you said.
Freeman was God.
So what?
Yeah.
No,
He's playing a fictional character.
But that goes in her stance. He's better at roles like when he played himself, a goofy
True.
role, or somebody we don't know. Ray Charles was good, but when
He's
you
been
give
in serious
Nah, he
movies.
bodied
Hold on,
Electro,
he
though.
been-
He
but
bodied
see-
Electro.
But that goes to you.
What
Like
is
you,
the-
hold on. Like you said, he don't get the roles. It's not that he don't get
Is
the
he in
roles.
Vantage Point or something like that? He's in
Oh,
one of
what?
those movies.
There was a movie on Netflix that I love.
The pills. The pills. I love that movie. When they take the pills.
I'm not a
You
big fan
talking
of
about
that.
the? You talking about the sci-fi?
Oh, that was
When
that was the
when
Netflix
MGK's in the movie,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
I
not
like
a big
that
fan
No,
of that
it was a
movie.
little girl.
That was a
the
Netflix
little
movie.
black girl in the movie.
That raps.
What was was it that? Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
one was
the
dope.
movie.
That one was dope.
I
That
forget
was
that
funny.
movie, but I wasn't a big fan of that movie. It's
Right.
decent.
Ain't that
It's
the same
decent.
movie?
But
with the
listen,
pills?
there was this
I
message
think
so.
that
Yeah.
this movie. It was so beautiful and it resonated with me, and I
What
had
was
to.
it?
I think you're right. It's the same movie.
It's the same movie. The girl was a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he was a cop and niggas was taking them drugs.
and he was after his own daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The same movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on Netflix.
It was-
So
yeah.
that's the movie
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
That's it.
I forget the name of it,
Because
but I
look,
wasn't that
alright, I
crazy.
got
But it was a
another
good
thing.
movie, but I wasn't that crazy.
But there go your point. How you said he don't get the roles. He do get roles, but his acting ability. No, hold on. Some of his acting ability don't bring the roles out, and that's what I'm trying to
He
say.
brings the best to the
Other
role.
than Ray Charles.
Other
The
than
movie's not that good.
Hold
And
on.
what other movie, Bo, you say you like?
Like right now, he better not fuck up Mike Tyson.
Nah, cause even with a bad movie like the one we were
Plays
just
his
talking about,
roles good. I'm not
I feel like he
saying-
played his role
You know-
good. It's just that movie was not that good of a written.
I don't
movie.
think he was a
Like,
good Electro.
That's it.
Even in the movie
He doesn't get the
with
movie
him
where
and
it's
Tom
like
Cruise,
critically acclaimed
when
written.
Tom
That's
Cruise
the
was
thing.
That piano movie
that psycho guy in
when he
the back
played the
of his cab.
gifted, the retarded
Tom
dude.
Cruise had the
Oh,
white
I know
hair
what
and
you're
stuff,
talking about,
and he was like
He killed that.
harassing
Not to me.
Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx was his driver.
A bland movie. It wasn't that good.
It was
to me.
pretty good.
It was alright.
Jamie did a lot of different things in his
He
career,
has.
so
You know, I
and he
like
said
to
he's
say-
like,
I don't think he did a lot to be on that list.
I'm stuck because somebody most recently made a point, and he was using him as a point of reference when it came to exploiting degeneracy as far as like bestiality, and he made a good point. I was like, damn, you know, because Jamie Foxx did supposedly let a dog lick his ass in booty call, and enjoyed it. And the guy was like, "You see, this is how they trying to." I don't recall that scene. I don't recall that. But if the guy mentioned it, I'm like, yeah, I don't recall seeing that movie.
I recall to that scene.
So he was using it as a point of reference because the guy actually
know he
calls
liked it,
out a
though.
lot of.
Until I see some shit like that, I can't verify that. Cause I don't remember Gene. I think he a stand-up dude on that point.
yeah, he did
I-
booty call.
Yeah,
forgot.
I don't think he got his ass licked by a dog.
Of course,
I'm not.
show
That's
it.
what I'm saying. I'm just.
He
I'm
didn't
trying
show
to
it, but the guy was saying what as a point of reference was
That's
how
great.
Hollywood tries to introduce pedophilia,
all that.
a
We
bunch
know
of
that.
stuff
Yeah.
through film and jokes.
Yeah.
They try to do it. They'll sneak it in there on you. And he was like kind of like coming
They always
at
doing
Jamie
subliminals.
for allowing that scene, even though it may not have happened.
Mm-hmm.
However, that's how they get you desensitized to it, so that because you got people lobbying now in this day for grown men to have relationship with 12-year-old boys. to this day in the White House and stuff like that.
Well, I'm going to say,
You know what I'm
Jamie is definitely a part of
And
the
they did
Hollywood
these
crowd.
movies,
Yeah, that shit
and they
wild.
use jokes like my man Dave Chappelle, and he said that he liked Dave Chappelle, but then he was like, that shit ain't funny when he talk about pedophilia, which is you kind of look at it, it's like.
But what way did he say it though?
Huh?
Like what way was the delivery when he made the joke?
Michael Jackson sucked my dick.
But no, but the way I know where it
something
came
about
from.
whatever he said about a female or a kid getting ejaculated.
No, he was
talking.
he was going in defense of Mike. He wasn't talking.
Look, all right, pedophilia, period. Right, the way he making a joke.
But and that wasn't Hollywood either.
Well, B was saying like the joke.
They using it on the platform Netflix, right? And this is why he's saying
wasn't Netflix.
Yes, it was.
He said that he must have used that joke again because
He said it on Netflix, Sticks and Stones.
I saw it on HBO.
He would let. Well then that had. Either way, all right. Look, he said something else about a child getting ejaculated on in the face, and the latest one supposedly. However, the whole point is, the topic was Hollywood or the powers that be that practice this degenerate lifestyle, pedophilia, bestiality, and all this other stuff. They start off with jokes, just like how they would start off. The Ku Klux Klan, if you go back in history, they would never anybody dressed like that. But when you looked at their old newspapers, they had niggas dressed like that with torches and shit. It started off as comics, and then they introduced people started going around doing the shit. And
I know what you're saying.
So basically, it's still like a form of, it's like a continuation of that by using especially black comedians because.
But to me, it seemed like you trying to put him in that category, and I didn't.
The guy is basically putting him in as a person that is kind of pretty much condoning it by joking about it. Where you know what I'm saying?
Because the message
he's not getting called out for that, but he's getting called out for something else, for LGBTQ. And then nobody's mentioned, this nigga made a pedophilia joke, but ain't nobody coming out because they trying to get.
But the way he made off, the way he conveyed the joke, that's what I'm trying to say. The way the dude he's saying is like, he's making pedophile jokes, like he's okay in pedophilia. It wasn't never like that.
It's not that he's okay in it. It's the fact that he's joking about it, but people aren't calling him out for it, for one. Two, it's not supposed to be funny to joke about that shit. Period. It's certain lines people should cross. That's his point. Now, I'm not saying whether he's right or wrong. I understand where you're coming from because I can see where you're looking at.
Because I laugh at that, and it made me feel like I'm laughing at.
I felt uneasy.
Yeah.
And I love Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is my favorite comedian right now. However, I felt uneasy when I heard the initial pedophilia jokes about, especially with Michael Jackson. But the dude kind of pretty much just puts a clearer perspective, or he elaborates on why. And if you follow the timeline based on what he's talking about around that, then you would understand exactly where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is, period. When you go on when these people go on these platforms, and when these people are allowed to do things like that without being scrutinized at all or looked at all, that's where it's like the desensitization of society is pretty much being like just snuck in there. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do something like that, because you got all these children going missing, you got all these children being abused and this and that, right? And then you make a joke, however, he's getting punched in the face over some fucking LGBTQ, but nobody batted an eye or said anything about a pedophilia joke at all, period, whether he condones it or not. So now it's kind of a blame on society, not necessarily just Dave Chappelle, even though he's kind of sort of like playing that he's teetering. He's playing that game by joking like that. You know what I'm saying?
But I think half of Hollywood is gay, so they was gonna say something anyway about what he said. So you know what I'm saying? They going. You're right. They are gonna let certain things slide and get thrown in our face. You know what I'm saying? But in the manner he was saying it, I don't think that. But I know what you're saying on that, like how he gets slapped for that and won't get slapped for the, like, you know what I'm saying, that little joke. I understand what you're saying, exactly what you're saying. That's the world, man, and that's crazy. And that's why a lot of people have these problems with the LGBT community and a lot of things. It's not that we don't accept them. It's just that we feel, as a man, a male, me too, I feel that way, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of rights. A lot. And I understand they going through things, you know what I'm saying? They different, you know what I'm saying? They trying to find themselves. They scared. They coming out the closet and all that stuff too. But we still equal. We still human.
For fucking
we still
years.
Equal as humans.
They've been coming out the closet for years. But here's the thing. When you look at history, at one point these motherfuckers was thrown in jail for being gay.
Yeah.
Being gay was against the law. Then all of a sudden it was like, yo, listen, we want rights and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then now they got all the rights and then more rights than so-called blacks. So now you're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That's where there's a problem. So we can move on from that, but there's a lot behind it. So
it is, but
there's too much to it. You know what I mean? And it's only because so many people don't put their foot down where it's needed to be put down and participate in certain things, and then that's why things don't get that much.
It's a lot of distractions in the world. A lot of people, like you said,
It's a lot of pussyfooting too. Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
You know, people are really afraid.
Everybody think Kyrie is the same, but a lot of people agree with him about the vaccine thing. You know what I'm saying? I think he's getting hell, but getting hell. But I agree with him. I took the vaccine. I did. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with his stance.
You know what? I had a, and not to cut you off, I had a conversation with myself about that, cause like I usually do, and it's like, hold up, fuck out of here, niggas. Somebody made a comment, or they had like a compilation of people talking. Somebody like Stephen A. One of them niggas was like, yeah, you get on this team, you sign with this team, and then you want to jeopardize getting a championship just because you don't want to. Motherfucker, hold the fuck up. When it come to logic, shit, rational thinking, nigga, first of all, I signed a contract, nigga. There's a fucking vaccine in my contract. That's the contract, nigga. I don't want to take the vaccine. They don't want me to play cause I don't want to take the vaccine. Who's stopping who? Cause I don't want to take the vaccine and they said I can't play? They said I can't play because I ain't take the vaccine. I'm not stopping nothing because I don't want to put that shit in my body. They said I can't play.
Well, they wanted him to, no, they didn't stop him from playing. New York City stopped him.
That's what I'm saying. Whoever.
It's not the team.
So don't say, oh, you
and
jeopardizing it.
No, Stephen A.
Because you don't get the fuck what they want you to get, but they stopping you. He ain't saying I'm not playing. He can't play because they say he can't play until he get the shit that he don't want in his body.
And Stephen A. talking about on the strength of he brought Kevin Durant and James Harden over there to Brooklyn, and they got the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? They basically, you know, it's their job. They did what they had to do for their job. Yeah, and they agree with Kyrie too. This is what he want to do. You know, they stand him, but. Stephen A. is, you know, he's, how you say, liberal? I don't know. He's one of them straight dudes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? One of them dudes. But
this nigga Stephen A. is a fucking. Just,
to each his own.
He gonna talk what they want to hear, and that's it. And he always do scrutinize certain people, except for the motherfucking white players and all that other shit. Because as far as I'm concerned, you know what I'm saying. I don't listen to
He
the
went
nigga
in on
that
Aaron
much.
Rodgers.
Probably just recently because he
Yeah.
kept getting scrutinized for it.
No, because he didn't.
You know what I'm
Because he
saying?
lied about having the vaccine.
Right, exactly. He did just now. But how many other people in the past? That's what I'm saying.
That's the only one that got caught.
That,
White person.
Look, I'm
I
talking
know.
about whenever somebody do something, put it's in the spotlight. He checks on them that's brown, not the white ones. That's basically his whole.
I just said the dude was white.
This is late as of late. That's why he did it, because he's been scrutinized for this for the longest. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't think why it was late. I think because he got caught and he's talking
Right,
about the
and
topic.
he's exactly. But every other time somebody did something that's white, he wouldn't necessarily check them.
He did.
He would check.
I watch Sports Center every morning. You know
this is basically what the whole stigma is behind him, for one. And two, I wasn't saying that he said anything about or made this comment.
But people make it seem
But
that he just checking black people.
In general,
it's not like that.
In general, I'm talking about the Kyrie thing. In general, I wasn't saying that Stephen A. made this comment necessarily about him. This is just a perspective by many, most likely, and whoever this was. I said some Stephen A. ass nigga. However, but Stephen A. has made comments before about him not just
taking the vaccine,
taking the vaccine and whatnot,
because he been in the spotlight for the longest.
Yeah.
Right
so
now.
I mean, you know,
he was the only athlete now.
What you know what I'm saying?
Everybody was hitting him.
What you know what I'm saying? Where's the fucking logic at when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this nigga ain't taking it. Leave him the fuck alone. How much do y'all want to keep? What do y'all? Are y'all really trying to force this man? Or y'all gonna try to use guilt? Y'all keep trying to use guilt for him to take this shit, and he don't want it.
Well, I don't think they forcing him. I think they forcing the agenda, the topic, because they need the hits. They ain't forcing him. They don't give a fuck if he kick it or not.
Right,
they just know the story. So now that's that. They just want to keep the story going. But as far as him calling out, he just called because Aaron Rodgers just got caught.
Right,
lying.
Exactly.
And he called him out crazy. He
and I was telling you, because look, I don't, like I said, I don't listen to too much of this.
Yeah.
All I know is for years, and this man, and every time I seen Stephen A., because I watched it from time to time.
Yeah.
So I went along with what I've been hearing, let alone what I've been seeing as far as like him scrutinizing so-called black men. And whenever a white guy was in the spotlight for doing something to that effect that Aaron Rodgers just did, he's only getting called out now because of prior scrutiny. This is what I'm saying.
Well, I gotta defer because, like I said, I've been watching Stephen A's whole career. He called out from whites to blacks, and I done seen it. And like I said, editing is a motherfucker. There's a lot of people that do not like Stephen A. at all.
Now, I gotta say that Stephen A., to me, my personal experience from the guy, watching him, he definitely does, like, he's got a fair ground, you know what I'm saying, as far as, like, especially race, as far as race goes. I mean, you say you haven't watched, you don't watch him too often, so I guess you like the clips that you have seen just kind of dictate what you say, so that's cool.
I've watched him in the morning, don't get me wrong, because, like, I fell away from sports, so I've watched him and Skip in the past.
Right.
I've sat and watched. I've sat there and let it play in the background while I'm doing something else. So yeah, it's not necessarily just clips off of somebody's podcast or their talk shows or anything. I've heard
Witness
him.
yourself.
I've heard him come down a lot more on certain individuals.
I know what you're saying. Now I get what he's saying. I know what you're saying. Go ahead.
I kind of feel like it's like this because I feel like
I miss
what I'm trying to say. Stephen A. Smith hits both sides of the fence. He don't care what your race is, really.
But I know what you're saying.
But if he does seem like he's going harder on black people, it's because he is black.
Black,
he cares.
Yeah, he cares.
He gives a fuck when you fuck up.
That's like you ever saw that clip? You ever saw that clip of Deontay Wilder?
So you think when he goes hard on somebody because he's disappointed?
But listen. You ever saw that clip of Deontay Wilder
it?
when he was interviewed by that black man? And the black man was like, "Tell us what you mean by when you say about your people."
And you only watch
Deontay Wilder, he didn't react. He was like, "That's your people too." Like he's like, "That's your people too," and that's the shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Nigga, you know what I mean? Like that's your people too." Like it's that type
It's
of attitude.
different,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like. And we see this a lot from black people in like, you know, in the newscaster positions. They may, you know, some people may think like, oh, you know, they just following the white man agenda. But honestly, if you listen to Stephen A. and other black like sportscasters too, they speak passionately when they speak about like, you know, black athletes. And I think that's just because like from black man to black man, you get that respect. And I don't want to see you fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you know the whole Kyrie thing, like a lot that shit is like worldwide, like on a like, you know, left right scale. Like, you know, some people feel, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like. Really, the man is a fucking NBA athlete, makes millions of dollars. You know, people make millions of dollars off him a year from bets and like other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like him not playing is definitely a worldwide political thing. And then the reason behind it, the vaccination, the COVID, that just like builds more political sense.
It's propaganda.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like all of it feeds everything. I think I was talking to my little brother the other day. He's definitely going to lose millions. But Kyrie is, you know what I'm saying, who knows? I don't know none of the man's business, but from my opinion, he's definitely going to, like, probably get a little money, you know what I'm saying, like, off of this somehow, you know what I'm saying, just because of the stance he's at and, you know, the person he is, like, people who are power, they know how to work that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I said,
the people,
they're in
got
no
the
rush
power
to
of the
move
people.
him.
Yeah.
As I kind of thought they would be more in the rush to move him, but they're in no rush to really move him.
Like he's basically like, yeah, he's not playing right
they're
now,
cool
but
riding away.
the political
So if they feel like
aspect
he's
of all
worth it,
is
then
too
let
much
him
attention.
rock it out. Like,
And you're right on the sense with Stephen A. And I get what you're saying, cause I thought that too. Like, why he cursed? Like, it was one dude. It was a wide receiver that played for us. I forgot his name. He plays now for another team. He's not what he used to. But long story short, he kept on getting fucked up because he was smoking weed. And everybody know the joke with Stephen A.
Josh Gordon?
Yeah, the weed. And I used to always say, like, why he always picking on Josh Gordon? Like, yo, he's
getting caught with some stupid shit.
And then I realized he's like a father figure to these black dudes.
But that's not.
And it's not the right. Yeah, you're right. Because there's a lot of people that dislike the way he comes at people.
I wouldn't
You're
say
right.
he's a father figure. He's in a.
I'm saying where he feels.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying Stephen A.
He feel like he's big bro.
I don't feel like that's.
Yeah, Marshall. Yeah, do not like him.
I don't feel like Stephen A. feels like that way. I feel like he's just in a position where he gets paid to be opinionated. Like,
However,
he gets paid to let his opinion rock.
That's facts.
But you know, as a black man, when you get in a certain status, and when you come from a certain place, the people are going to look at you different. Your people want to look at you different.
I think he gets extra tight because these are people with opportunities. Fucking up. Like, these are not like your regular dude at like some office match job that he's getting mad at. Like,
right? It's said like this: when your people, like, you go in a lot of different communities. You don't see an Asian man, you don't see a white man, you don't see whatever else aside black man really throwing their people out there like that. So what it said is like the white producers use people like Stephen A. to spank the black man and exploit them like that.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you spanking them instead of like, yo, my man, you gotta chill out. He's putting, nigga, you gotta get with the weed, like you said, the weed, this and that, and that's not
like,
good.
It's like
ridicule.
It's like sports commentator.
He's a sports commentator.
Right, I understand that. However,
it's the
It's
content.
like if there was more Asian people in basketball, he'd be talking more shit about Asian people in basketball. Like,
this is what it is. It goes beyond that. It's a general thing because it's like even in
We do dominate
news
a lot
report.
of sports, though.
yeah.
Right. However, that's true. However, look, the thing is, when other people are in a
Because
bad
he
spot,
fight for us too.
In a bad spot.
I see him fight for us.
but this is why. I'm just telling y'all.
I know. This is a good conversation. I like it.
Where the chastising of him comes.
Yeah, I see
I
it a
don't
lot.
really even, to be honest, I don't care because I understand that aspect. That he is a commentator. That he is fighting. He's passionate. From time to time. However, when I, because this is what I do basically is pretty much empathize to some degree, or just look at other people's vision, whatever positions and stuff like that as to why he gets these negative connotations, whatever thrown at him. You know what I'm saying? I could see pretty much on both parts. He's doing his job, but how far do you go, and where do you? Or is there smoke where there's fire? Because how far are you going to push to do things for somebody else's at somebody else's detriment, just for for gain, for
that keyword is detriment.
For the, you know what I'm saying, for the sake of the views or the company or whatever, or
that's not, but
or just the fact that these men is just looking like look at
no, but look what you saying right now.
Look at him. This how them niggas is. Look at what he's saying. Oh, coming from their own man. Yep. Look at him.
But what he's saying,
like how it is.
No, but what he's saying, it has been saying before with Chad Johnson, XIII. He feels the same way about Stephen A. You know what I'm saying? The exact same, everything you just said. Chad XIII thinks the same way. And what's the other dude? I watched a podcast. The other wide receiver, but he feels like you. Cause he been in the commentator, he been the sports and
like he gets paid to scrutinize.
Yeah. And he's trying to tell Chad,
like when he's talking good about people, is gonna get looked at, but when he's talking bad or criticizing somebody, is gonna get blown up. But anybody from Shannon Sharp to Skip Bayless to Nick Wright, when they scrutinize somebody, is gonna get the most views. Because that's what they're looking for in sports commentary.
The thing is,
drama.
it's said, and from what is perceived, that it's only mainly focused on the brown place, and I know, all right, if there's a dominance level or bigger capacity of black men or whatever, when these said white players get put on black. Now I don't know. Like you said, he just went in on dude. And I would, and however far he went in, I would assume, or whatever, that it's because he's been getting all the scrutiny from not doing it before to other players. However far I'm commentated, and there's views involved, there's hits, there's
streaming and all that.
Public, whatever, and just and that's it. That's how you get it. You know what I'm saying?
When you go to your job, do you do what they expect of you?
For the most part, yeah, I do.
And that's where we understand, and that's why I said you got to look at Stephen A. Is he really that detrimental, or is he really that good? It's your opinion, and to me, he's doing a little more good than being a detrimental.
You're right. There's a difference between being expected and exploitive, because now they expect him to do his commentary, but how much more do they expect from him? Like, look, nigga, what you got to do.
But look at the black people though. We expect him to rap. So he got to put to just, you know what I'm saying, rap.
To just never say nothing bad, right?
Yeah, like you said, pull me to the side. Don't embarrass me, bro.
Right.
But we expect
when it's in the news, don't talk about it. Just pull me to the side.
So he got a balance.
Like Henry Ruggs, like the dude now.
Hard.
Henry Ruggs, the guy from the Raiders who got in that car accident recently.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So is Stephen A. Smith, if he talks about it, if he has talked about it, is he supposed to say or not say anything because Henry Ruggs is black and it's like I can't make
no. It's not even that, and it would be more of a.
I don't know if y'all know who Henry Ruggs.
I know what you're saying. He was a wide receiver.
I probably heard of it. The thing is, the issue is when you speaking of, it's a fine line between addressing something and spanking and exploiting. So now, of course, you're gonna address it. Now, how far you?
He gonna over exaggerate.
Exactly. That's
softer.
That's the problem. Not so exploitive. Like, look at you. You're walking around like Bill Cosby with your pants Hang like Bill Cosby was saying, and how he got, and then look at you. You did all that. You did all that for the man, the white man that was giving you the money, right? And all that, and in a position, you spanked your people. That nigga took all that shit from you because you wanted to run around with a whole bunch of fucking
Can I
young
say
women.
something?
Took it all from you because give it to you and then take it back.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
What
That's a way that it's looked at.
All right, because like I said,
it
looks that. But what I'm going to say is this: with Sports Center too. Sports Center is ran by a Walt Disney Corporation.
Right.
Hold on, Jamel Hill, the other black lady that got that left on certain
her name, Sage
Stills or whatever. I forgot her name, and these are black females. So, long story short, that's why I say I know what you're saying because they all had something to say about Stephen A. too. So what I'm getting ready to say is, Stephen A. knows this is a job. He don't own this platform. So when you saying they gonna take it away from him, Stephen A. already know he don't owns this.
Of course.
So what he's saying is he gonna come in here and do his job, make sure he get his name out there. He already planning his next move. He already said it. He's trying to get a late night show for when he leaves Sports Center, so for he could get, talk what he want to talk because he already know he's muzzled.
No, go ahead. Finish.
He already know he's muzzled by Sports Center because he know he can't say what he really could say because this is his job, and I understand him because I work a 9 to 5. I understand. But like I said, it's people like Chad Okocinco that feel you go too much on us, bro. Like, calm the fuck down.
And this is almost like the life of an analyst. This is like, whenever you don't agree with an analyst, this is how the backlash turns on you. Is that it's like you're being extreme, you're being mean, you're not on the right side. This, that, and the third. Like, I'm a LeBron fan. I like analysts who tend to be on LeBron's side. What do most of those analysts get at the end of the day? They get backlash because a lot of people want to be like, no, Jordan over LeBron and stuff like that. So this is just a more extreme level where it's now becoming like, are you being too extreme toward the people you should be like giving a pass to or something like that, or like pulling to the side and being like, yo, I'm gonna give you your lesson on the side instead of embarrassing you on a public platform because this happens to be his job to kind of do that kind of stuff where I get where you're saying you should be pulling these people to the side instead of like doing this on the public platform.
not even just pull to the side. I mean,
if you're gonna talk about it, it's gonna be
if you feel a certain way,
but you can't pull you back your style because you got a certain style of talk.
Yeah, whatever he's saying,
and
that's
his
really
style of talk, you can't pull it back
players.
because now.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about MoeBlak today, so I can't talk how I talk.
You know, it could be a little extra, and especially when it touches on people's
he talking
personal
shit whenever he talking shit
and upbringing and stuff like that. That I guess that's where the problem lies.
That's why Stephen A. been around for like 15 years.
So he can speak on certain issues, but then again, it's like how far are you going to exploit a person?
Oh, he's gonna dig.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the problem. So now, all right, he's doing his job. Boom. He can't say what he want to say about such and such, but he can say this much. So there is some detriment because you know who's gonna go against him? His own so-called people, for one. And that's a problem. So it's like, you're making your people look more and more shameful by saying that. You're spanking your people. You know what I'm saying? Your own people are turning against you, calling you coon and all this other shit.
There's a lot of people that agree with him.
Even though you get, a lot of people gonna agree because a lot of people feel that way because a lot of people have that same similar mindset maybe. You know what I'm saying? But yet he gets paid. So would that be considered a South?
If you were in his job, how would you approach these situations? How would you approach having to talk about serious situations with black athletes?
I would definitely not be able to really say that because I can't cross a bridge that I haven't met. And being that if I was in that avenue, I would have to say if I was a commentator as big as he is with his stature, I would definitely have to go out of my way to at least bring it to their attention, like, yo, I'm not going to sit up here and just keep. If I see something wrong, because I don't know what he sees. Now, I don't know if he fully agrees with what he's doing. Now, he may do that. Now, if I don't agree with what I'm doing and I got a problem with it and I got to come to the execs and like, yo, you want me to come off on this man like this and that, these niggas like that, yo, da-da-da, whatever. However, you know, that might cost me my job. But before I do that, I might just go ahead and I'm gonna have to make that escape plan. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make that other avenue for myself. I gotta make that other avenue for myself to have a backup. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have a backup before I do that. While I'm fighting for the position, because it's like, yo, one more time or da-da-da. Because they more than likely ain't gonna get rid of you on the spot. They could, but maybe they can't. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be pushback. They could be put, and there has been pushback with people that don't agree. Like I said, he might agree. He like, yeah, fuck it, I'll go ahead.
He would just like not say anything against us, even like a black person if they did something wrong. I'm kind of confused at what you're trying to like say you would do.
I'm saying like exploiting. It's not Stephen A. It's not nobody.
So you said you just wouldn't go as far as trying to push an agenda.
Right. If I felt like there was exploitation being involved, like a lot of people are feeling, and because you was asked if I was in that position, right? Then it would be pushback. That's me. You know what I'm saying? He might not feel like he's exploiting, or he probably don't care, even if that's the case. Okay. So I would push back up until I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, like you said, I'll find another avenue. You know what I'm saying? I would have something backed up for me, an escape plan, while I'm pushing back. Because these niggas going to get tired of me pushing back.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get up there and I'm going to say what I got to say without exploiting them. I'm going to say the bad things. I'm not going to sit up there, yo, constantly, your weed, keep smoking. I got to stop smoking. All this motherfucking weed and all this other shit when your pants half down your ass. Looking like your fucking hood.
I want to encounter
that spanking niggas. I ain't got to say all that. Nobody got to say all that, really.
But hold on.
I could address the situation.
What happened? Okay, you could, and you right about you don't gotta elaborate. But what happened if the person keeps coming up? You know what I'm saying?
I just like how I talk right here. Look, let me somebody keep coming up. Yeah, man, keep running into the same thing. Hey, gotta get your head on straight, bro. Yo, leave all the nonsense alone. Not stop smoking on the motherfucking weed.
But what I'm saying is,
still ain't gotta do that. You could keep coming up.
Well, first of all,
it's a way you address things.
How do this whole bottle by my
But first, I'm with you. But first of all, that's his style.
That's his style.
He's like a Busta Rhymes.
So, all right, fine, that works for him. Okay. But that could be a problem.
And another thing,
that's his.
But another thing is too, a lot of the people he gets on is repeat offenders.
Right.
And this is what I'm trying to say. So it looked like he's getting on one person, but these dudes is still making the same stupid moves. And so now you giving him and feeding him more information. So you making his job a lot easier. You get what I'm saying? And so who's to blame for him doing his job, putting the spotlight on you when you giving him the ammo?
Gonna be there.
But you giving him the ammo.
Wait, right? The spotlight gonna be there.
The one who's like the least in the sports, I think at least the three of us. He hit it on the head. He was like Stephen A. Smith kind of gives it all it is, whoever it is. Like if he was talking about the Mavs and Luka was sucking, Luka's sucking.
Your boy, like, right now.
Luka's sucking if that's the case.
This is you know about it.
I mean, I heard about that.
That's
Something about Mike.
I had to think he was most of their stars are white. So like,
scrutinized for being a
he like Luka, but if Luka's sucking, he's sucking.
And that's my guy. And it ain't no discrimination.
But it's no discrimination.
If he fucking up, if Luka got in illegal trouble, Stephen A. Smith would talk about it like any other situation where with legal trouble.
No, what I'm talking about.
I guess y'all kind of missing my point because
no, I do. I get that point.
It's not about
it's how it's delivery.
Yeah, it's like
delivery.
it's.
I know. But that's his style. Like I said, he's the Busta Rhymes.
Something.
He's live.
All right,
and
I understand that. But then, like I said, I understand that.
Yeah.
But there lies.
Y'all ever heard of this
That's
rule
what's
like
gonna be.
like what you call it, like say like in front of company, You don't gotta make a scene, but like when company leaves, that's when you like teach the lesson. You know,
Of course,
like,
that's what I feel like
basically
he's
what
trying
this
to.
is.
Like,
That's what
That's
most.
saying.
That's what
Well,
that's what the
everybody-
I
whole
totally got where
argument
you're going with that because I thought that a million
Stephen A.
times.
is.
But that's
Nah,
not
yeah.
what his job is. Like,
Nah, I
want you to
get
be
what you're
entertained.
saying, but I also get what he's saying because I mean, I
It's
kinda,
not what his job
I kind of
is.
feel.
It's not
I
what
think we're
it's-
all
it's
saying
not-
the same thing. Everybody feel like on both sides. Honestly,
It's, you know what I'm saying? You know, his
You
job
know,
is
Yeah.
initially.
we're saying it on two different
to
ends. Like,
comment.
yeah, it's that, but that's not
but
his
is
job.
it
And he's like
really
saying, yeah, it
an
is.
underlying
but it's his
job?
to maintain
To
this
be like, yo,
line for us.
put some extra
but he
sauce
also
on the
understands
niggas.
that it's his job, so he knows he has to do what he has to do. But at the same time,
Is it really that?
At the same time, I also feel, you know, I mean, ask yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like his approach, like, could be toned down, like, just a little bit?
It
Like,
wouldn't be Stephen A.
Yeah,
Right,
wasn't
but
accepted.
why
You
is he
take-
Stephen
alright,
A?
alright,
Who
alright.
give him that?
you take him
Because
alright.
Stephen A. from the get-go, Stephen A.
You
got
take him
Stephen
like
A. got
that.
big off of being aggressive
Like Star
and
Bow
raw.
Wow.
Right, but see, Star
I
got
get that.
fired
Like
so
you
many
can't
goddamn
pull
different
that
times.
back now.
Stephen A. is giving the
He's
incentive because
Just take any performer
because people
and give them what they got
whoever
big
is
for, and then they
giving-
pull
giving
that
them
back,
that
like
platform,
calm that
it's
down,
like,
they get whacked
doing
out.
what you're doing. It's working
I
for
mean,
us.
Yeah, it's
Like,
typical.
I can
it's
see that.
it's making these niggas look like
Like
the
his
animals we
personality,
want
the way
them
he
to look
approaches
You know what's
things.
perfect? Perfect. You know, I know.
He
I
don't
know
show
what
no
you saying.
mercy.
I
Homie
mean,
the clown.
he is who he is, yeah, but I
Homie
can
wouldn't
also
sell out
see
for the man.
where people can see
You know,
where
like
he
the
can calm
skits.
down.
That's how brilliant
That's what I'm
those
trying-
skits
that's
was.
what
You
I'm
gotta
talking
really look at those.
But I
But what you
agree.
saying,
I mean,
like-
shit, he
That's
might
why I
be-
feel.
You
yeah,
said
I
he
agree.
wouldn't sell out for the
Yeah,
man.
No,
Yeah, I
I'll
agree.
work for you. Oh, you know,
I
oh,
agree.
but you want me to do this? You want me to do that?
Yeah,
You want me to
but-
do this? Fuck you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna sell out. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean.
Yo, I wanted to ask y'all though, how y'all feel about Jay-Z comments? How y'all feel about Jay-Z in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame one? That's pretty dope.
That's
right?
dope.
Nah, that's dope. I mean, because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame isn't just for rock and roll, so it's for bigger things. So I mean, he's accomplished enough to be in whatever Hall of Fame they want to throw him in.
Yeah, I'm not.
If they wanted to say like the Chewing Gum Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'd be like, cool, go ahead, Jay-Z, be in it. Go ahead, be in it.
Nah, I thought that was pretty dope though. You know, he definitely Hov is like Dave Chappelle said though. He's always like he's hip hop's. You know what I'm saying? So like, but like it's dope.
Nah,
It's
he's
dope
hip
that-
hop royalty for real.
It's dope that other platforms recognize him as like fucking royalty.
Since we talking about royalty, Black, I was thinking about this in my head. Maybe I'm far fetched, but do you think hip hop should start a somebody should write like a hip hop Bible or have it been done?
Yeah,
Ten
hip
Crack
hop
Commandments,
Bible?
fuck wrong with
Yeah,
you?
no, that's a 10-pack commandments. I'm talking about a hip hop
It's a
Bible.
10 Crack
It's-
Commandments.
Like the
It's
rules
a-
to hip hop?
No, like you
Like
know.
a legacy of hip
Hip-hop.
hop where it started. I think there is one already, and I think it involves KRS-One's.
But it would have to go further than that. It would have to go
No,
further
he wrote
than
it.
that.
Right, I'm saying him doing it.
Yeah, I think that
You
happened.
think he
I think that did
did a
happen.
book
Yeah,
like
he
that?
did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause what I felt was everybody after Wu Tang,
but if
after
it
watching
started
the
at
series.
KRS-One, that's not really a rap
Yeah,
Bible. If
yeah,
it starts
that's
at
a separate-
KRS-One.
But no, he wrote it.
You know,
He wrote
that's what I
it.
meant.
But what I was saying is where you started from. So mine started from, I would say from, you know how they be like before Christ BC or something. I'd be like before Wu or something like that.
Okay.
My era would start. It's
Somebody
somebody.
there in the park, a cool hurt. I'm sorry.
I mean,
At
I
some
was
house party with a DJ.
I was
Sound
around.
record.
I was around.
Supposedly started.
I was around then, but that wasn't when mine
In 1492, Cedric Adams.
taking of hip hop.
1492. That's, I think that's
Right.
Columbus.
This nigga gone. He
What
said
is it?
1492.
No,
I forgot.
somewhere else.
Because he knows,
Cedric-
because Mo knows what I was
forgot
talking about when I
those
said what I
numbers.
said.
Cedric. I forgot the joke.
House parties back in the day. He knows what I'm
That's
talking
what my
about.
shit started at.
I mean, so what you saying? Like you
Yours
said, it
started in the
started
cave, nigga.
before Wu-Tang.
Like, all right. When would you consider?
Banging on rocks.
When would I consider hip hop starting?
Yeah, your hip hop started.
Oh, from
Your
me, like,
introduction.
well, realistically, I didn't really start listening to music like for the lyrics and shit until like 97, 98. So I
But
would
what-
honestly
what-
say that.
what-
That's when I started listening to music and being like, yo, the lyrics mean.
Who put you
things.
onto it?
Me just sitting in the car in the radio.
No
one day listening.
particular artist.
One artist that I do remember listening to like avidly early was like Usher.
Usher.
Because he was on the radio.
What about rapper though? Like what?
No, but I remember no, because
But he's talking about
you got to think about it at that time.
Right.
No, at least in Connecticut, because I don't know if you guys were in Connecticut at that point.
We were not.
In 98, 97, like it wasn't no Hot 93.7 like how it is today.
Oh.
It was Kiss 95.7.
Oh, so it was more R&B being played.
It was like more pop being
Okay.
played, like
Okay.
boy bands and stuff like that.
All right.
So like Usher was up there on those things, and like I grew up with Jehovah's Witness. So my grandparents was kind of strict. My grandmother actually was kind of strict on what I could watch, and I got away with a lot of stuff to my great grandmother. So I would watch like BET and like MTV, and Usher was up there too at that point.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was Usher and like whatever else was around at that point, but because Usher was everywhere that I was listening to music, majority of what my first music indulgences of like really hearing music for what it was saying was Usher.
Usher. All right.
And like
That's a good
boy
name.
bands like NSYNC, Hanson, Backstreet Boys, some Britney Spears, some like punk rock bands and stuff, and then like Usher and some other rappers, like
Gotcha.
like some like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z was relevant to me at that point.
But see that, and that's what
Nas.
I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So you have that Nas and Hov.
Yeah, like,
chapters.
that's what is an original like originator for me. Like rap wise, Jay-Z, Nas, those are like the first couple rappers that I was definitely listening to.
Yep.
But they're not my favorites. Like Nas was one of my favorites, but he's not my favorite anymore.
No, but that's what you caught wind of when you first started listening to music. So
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was saying. Like
how
then,
you might have been a KRS One or something like that.
Yeah.
Like nah, it was like a J or a Nas for me.
Biggie
Like, that
was,
the
so
first
like
rapper
my
I
first
was
win
doing.
was
Like the Rapping
Big
Duke?
Daddy Kane.
You gotta remember,
Rapping Duke was
You gotta
hard.
remember, we're Connecticut. We're
I don't
Connecticut.
care what you say.
Nigga B was
The
on
hard,
rapping Duke.
yeah,
the hard,
But
the
you gotta
hard.
remember, we're Connecticut. Like we ain't really start getting crazy until like maybe a couple years ago.
Yeah. We like, yo, Rapping Duke was hard. See, kids don't know about that. It was silly. It was hard. They got that. My thing, see, I'm with Ye on that. I like the rhythm. If the shit, even if it was stupid, if the beat moved me, I rock with it. That's when I was at. But
But
lyric
that's why I
wise,
like where his mindset is because when he was comparing stuff, he was like, I'm normally comparing stuff and picking the pick I pick on what inspired me the most.
yeah, what moved you, and I like
what
that.
made him move and what he felt like, even if it wasn't inspiring him, what moved the culture the most.
Oh, okay.
That was his like mindset. If it wasn't, I'm picking what moved me. I'm picking what moved the culture the most.
All right, what's inspiring the people?
So like
That's dope.
I respected his mindset on a lot of things. Like I feel like when Kanye just speaks in his little blurps and stuff like that, and he don't really get to talk for a long period of time like this, it always is received badly. But when he gets on interviews like this, where he can talk for an hour and a half, 2 hours, it's received like he's the most smartest person in the world. Though.
Yeah, no, he
And
had
it's
a
even
lot
the
of
people
points.
who talk shit about him will be like, yo, that was a great interview.
He had a lot of points. He was here to yo. That's what I want to talk to you, Black. My bad, switching off, but it was something I don't know. It just triggered me. What you feel about homeboy killing his daughter's boyfriend because he was because he felt his daughter he was trying to sex traffic her.
Whoa.
Oh, the white guy?
Nah, he was
That's
I
some
believe
movie
he
shit.
was Puerto Rican, Latin or
Spanish,
something.
some
Yeah.
shit.
He's locked up right now for killing his daughter's
he did the right
boyfriend.
thing.
because
He
he
did the right
found
thing,
out he
and, you know,
he sold her for sex trafficking.
I always feel like this government is fucked
Oh,
up
it was like
because
a realistic fact, like no doubt about it.
No doubt
he did
about it.
this.
Yeah,
he's
he's locked up right now for this too.
I feel like this government is fucked up because
Who
it doesn't
claimed
take
that
into
nigga?
account like morals. So like morally, he did the right thing. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like, what the fuck.
When did this happen?
Couple weeks ago.
You said the father killed the
Alright.
boyfriend because the boyfriend was supposedly sex trafficking his daughter.
Yep.
No, not supposedly.
Oh, he
He
was.
actually found out that he was.
Sex
So where did this
trafficking.
happen?
That's what he said. Was factually found out that it was.
Where did this happen? I don't know. I've never heard of
the
it.
father. Well, they still trying
I
to
saw
put it
the
together
story.
because the boy
So they
died.
don't-
Well, to
Sure.
the father, he
Factually,
factually found
yeah.
out.
I don't want to
So
say
the
that
pops
before.
feel like he assumed, or he feel like he has hardcore evidence, whatever.
Evidence,
yeah.
But he killed the nigga.
Nigga, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So where did this supposedly happen? Or where did this happen?
Somewhere in the south, down south.
Okay.
Yeah.
White, black,
Puerto Rican.
Puerto
I think
Rican.
Puerto Rican.
I always gotta factor in this stuff.
Please don't let. I believe he's some Latin's.
You know why I factor this in? You know, because it's the
Look
South.
it up, Mo. You know how I am with the facts.
And then when it comes to certain people involved, and then how much attention it usually gets. So
you're
I
trying to think of the whole scenario around it.
I kind of get this. Yeah, I kind of make my own assessment. No, this is my yeah. How? Because a lot of things don't get attention. That you know, like with trafficking and brown girls going missing. Now more brown boys. They don't talk about.
And even if Spanish people want to act like they not us,
they don't talk about.
They
this
us.
Yeah.
The cop is gonna pull you over, and when they see you're Spanish, they're gonna treat you like you us.
It depends. Because you get a lot of,
it doesn't depend. When they see you're Spanish on the license plate or on the driver's license, the cop is gonna treat you a certain way.
No, because
unless he's a Spanish cop.
Yeah, they gotta be darker. Yeah. They gotta be darker.
Nah, if you're a Spanish cop, yeah, you might not treat him that way. But
you know what I'm saying? Like
a white cop,
I don't know, maybe
treat a Spanish person
I don't know,
just like a
whatever
black
you
person.
call them motherfuckers, those straight up, them niggas that's with it, with that shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, look, my thing is this. So the guy that he killed, was he black, white, Puerto Rican? Were they all Puerto Rican?
I think he was Latin.
All Hispanic descent, maybe?
Yeah.
You know, all right, well, I can see
Free
they going, yeah, they might be going. Yeah, of course. That's natural. That's supposed to be law. That's law right there. Not the so-called law they got
going on.
The justice system.
I don't care what the race is. If somebody told me my daughter is being trafficked by the boyfriend,
that's law.
Oh,
no, that's by nature. You have every right to handle that in any way, even if it comes down to murder or killing.
That's why I said government.
So the judicial system is all fucked up because it's a lawless judicial system. That's just something. So now that's the reason I question, because they're definitely, because they're of Hispanic descent and not black, they're not going to be scrutinized or punished, or there's going to be some kind of clemency, maybe more than likely. But if they were black, probably black. Oh, well, no, you're supposed to let the law take that in their hands, knowing damn well that motherfucking black man should have had every right just as well as a white or Hispanic man, because it trickles down that way in a sense. You know what I'm saying? They might get the Hispanic more clemency than a black man, but they definitely would. They let that white boy walk scot-free. Oh yeah, you did the right thing. The Hispanic man, they probably give a smack on the wrist. Okay, well, all right, we gotta make it look like something. But the black man, nigga, you going to jail. You should have let that. You should have let the law handle. You should have called the police and let us handle that. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of cases, that's what happened. That's why I asked that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen? What's all that? But other than that, I don't know too much about the story.
Let's get on some lighter shit, and then we go move out real quick. But you saw Eternals yet?
No, did you?
I didn't see it, but I made a mistake and watched one of these things with the spoilers. Would you like to go over?
You ain't make no mistake, nigga.
No, I don't want to really go over something that
I'm just gonna let you know right now. You're gonna be bored the first couple hours of the movie.
Couple hours? Yeah. How long is the movie?
2 hours and 30
So I'm gonna be bored the first 2 hours and the last 30-something minutes?
Majority of the movie you're gonna be bored because it's introducing the characters.
How do you know I'm gonna be bored if you haven't seen the movie? It could be somebody else.
I know you. I know you.
You know me.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the
movie? You know me.
As far as no.
A lot of people say they know me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say know you. As far as Marvel, I feel I know you a little bit.
Don't mean I'm gonna be bored.
Dialect, yeah.
You don't even know the movie yourself.
I do. I know the storyline.
For content.
You just said you didn't see it.
I'm arguing.
No, but story-wise. It was...
for content.
What y'all talking about?
Eternals. Eternals always been a boring story. That's one in Marvel. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Huh?
Best. Yes. It's not X-Men. On no level.
It really is that boring?
I mean,
I
did read that today. Somebody said that.
But yeah, he get on my nerves. He being sarcastic like a motherfucker.
I'm getting tired. I gotta go to bed.
But they said it opens up a lot to the Marvel universe. That's all I want to say.
They should. Galactus is there.
It's like me back in the day. I had to get the last drop. All right, well,
but not today, my brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Doing your thing.
Yeah, man.
You can take him home?
Yeah.
I done conquered.
How you get him?
I know you, but I'm just saying,
Oh.
can you take, because I was.
Yeah, I got shit.
All right, man, in the morning. But, yo, this was a good episode. Mo, you got a lot of editing to do, especially that part. Yo, I love y'all. Good coming back, good conversation. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep it continuing, man. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out.
Hey,
Peace out, y'all. Till next time.
Another episode.
It's good to be back.
All right.